Okay, this is Content Mastery, Chapter 12. I'm sorry if you hear snoring. My dog is sleeping. So, explain I have the notes pulled up on my computer. Deet. Because I cannot read the tiny one right here. But it's explain the new product development process. So basically, step 1, it says idea generation. So, basically, the idea, why are you doing this? What is like the little baby idea that you are thinking of to make your product a real thing? And this can come from many sources. Customers, Salesforce, research and development specialists, competing products, suppliers, retailers, and independent vendors. And for an example, it says L'Oreal gets most of its ideas from its Paris-based beauty experts. So customers, a lot of customers are gonna have like a want or a need that needs to be filled, or with competition, like in the makeup industry, like exampled, a lot of companies, like I talked about it before, like Fenty Beauty, Rihanna, the singer Rihanna has a makeup line called Fenty Beauty, and she saw that a lot of companies didn't have a large shade range for their foundation, so she came out with her own line of foundations with more shades that would fit better skin tones and more skin tones, so that would be more like competitor based. So basically, like the little in like a plant reference, step 1 is like planting the seed, and then screening is step 2. It says here, screening separates the ideas that have commercial potential from those that cannot meet company objectives. So like what's possible and what's impossible. A lot of companies are going to want to try the impossible and do what others have not done, but with the screening process you can separate out and kind of like sift through each idea and think about what can happen and what cannot happen, based on the company's utilization, that's not the word I'm looking for. Companies, what is the word? Oh my god. The company's, sorry, no, stay. I snapped my fingers and I woke up my dog. Abilities. The company's abilities. So, and then business analysis is step 3. So business analysis is the stage that consists of assessing new products, so the potential market, growth rate, and competitive strengths. So potential market, like the makeup industry, like who will be buying this product? Like, is it going to be older women or younger women? What skin tone are you more likely to sell to? Things like that. And then growth rate, how big are you gonna get? Or how big are you projected to get? Are you gonna grow substantially, or are you gonna grow not slowly, but not at a rapid pace, at a steady pace? I got there eventually. And then development refers to the conversion of new products to visible products. So this is where you water it and it starts to grow. So we planted the seed, we watered it, we added some fertilizer. Step 3, it started to grow, and now it's starting to flourish. It's turning from just an idea on a piece of paper to something that is tangible. Like with Apple products, they probably had a markup or a SketchUp of the laptop I'm using right now before it came out, and they were like, this is what we want, this is what we need, this is what it needs to have, this is what we want it to have. And then they send it off to manufacturers and it becomes a real thing. Very expensive real thing, but a real thing. Test marketing. So we talked about the steakhouse Funyuns that you are so obsessed with, which they sound very good, if I'm being honest. They will place them in certain areas or give them to certain people to see if they're liked, to see what needs to be tweaked. Like just like the nitty gritty little details on what the consumer likes and dislikes and what needs to be changed, and if it does well in that certain market. What is, hold on, commercialization. This is when the product is ready for full-scale manufacturing and marketing. So you can start to mass market your product and start putting it out there, like Apple does conventions every year of their new products, new updates. So that would be marketing them to other Apple lovers. So that would be commercialization. Now I gotta go back. Scroll. The only downside about Apple computers is the scrolling, not very easy. I also was eating popcorn earlier, and I got popcorn all over my computer. Probably not a good idea. The diffusion process. I asked about this. So the diffusion process is the process by which new products are accepted into the marketplace. So it has this little chart right here, which is a good visual for me because I am a visual learner. So it has consumer innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. I think that's what that says. So it goes like first to last. So consumer innovators are the first people to buy it. They have been waiting for this product to come out. They buy it on launch day, on the first minute. They're in the queue, like for buying Taylor Swift tickets. Excuse me. Like for buying Taylor Swift tickets, there's a queue, and like you're in line for the queue, and you're gonna be one of the first people to buy it, and you're so excited. And then as it goes on, early adapters, they're the people after, like maybe they buy it the next day or the next week, kind of after the hype has died down a little bit. That happened a lot with, I've done that before with like when Yoshi's, the frozen yogurt place, opened. I waited a week or two to go because they're gonna be really busy and I don't want to wait in line, and not a crowd person. So I feel like I would definitely be, like me personally, either early adapter or early majority. So the early majority is after the early adapters. So they're the people who come in afterwards and are going to they wait maybe 2 months or 2.5 months to buy the product. Maybe the price has dropped a little bit. The hype has died down. My TV turned off. I was watching Rio 2. And then late majority are the later people. Like they wait 6 months to buy the product. The hype has completely died down. Everyone has it at this point. You're one of the last people. And then the laggards are the very last people to buy it. Like if you were to buy an iPhone XR now, compared to, I had an iPhone XR like 6 years ago. So you buy it way later. Like the hype is completely gone. Everyone has it. Like when you buy it and you're excited about it maybe, and people are like, oh, I've had that forever. So the diffusion is the way it's spread, like consumers buy spread out. Kind of like if you were to take like gold, the gold pans, you know what I'm talking about? And you pour it in, and it's big holes, littler holes, smaller holes, tiny holes, and so on and so forth. So it sifts all the way down because it's going to be the great majority up here, buy it right away, and then it goes down and so on and so forth. The product life cycle. So this one has 4 steps, 4 stages per se. Yes, 4. Introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. So introduction is the first stage. You kick it off right off the bat. People are excited. you're popular, you're brand new, you're still kind of working out some kinks maybe along the way, and you're right on the market. You are marketing like crazy. Your product is going crazy. People are buying it. For my product development, product lifecycle for the assignment, I did Apple. So Apple released the iPhone XR in 2018, and it skyrocketed their company. They had cool cameras. They had Face ID, and it was this new technology, and everyone was excited. So it just swoop goes like I don't know what they're called, line graph. Is that what they're called? But it goes boop, and it just shoots up. And then growth is the second stage, and the firm starts to begin making a real profit. So like maybe in the introductory phase, not everyone buys it because they're not an Apple person, but as they see more and more people have it, when somebody else wants something, it's natural nature to want it as well. I don't know what that would be called, but it's like other people are going to want what you have. Whether it's nice, whether it's expensive, if it's sentimental, people are going to want what you have. So people see other people buy it, and it goes, so maybe introductory is like here, and then it goes growth, kind of like shoots out to the side, making like a line graph. If you can picture me drawing lines. I'm not that technical with editing, so I don't know how to do that on the screen. And then it gets to maturity, and it starts to even out, and people are like still buying it, but it's less and less. Like, you're not making as much profit. Like, the product has been around for a while, and then especially in Apple's case, like the ideas of the iPhone 11 are coming out, and people are like getting hype about that, and then it hits decline where the iPhone 11's released, and people just stop caring about the iPhone XR, and they want the newer and the better product, and it just goes down. So that is the stages. So it's like high like a little bit of profit, a little bit of sales, lots of profit, lots of sales. It flattens out a little bit, maybe still some profit, maybe still some sales. And then it goes down, and your profit drops, and you're not getting as many sales because people are moving on to bigger and better things. That makes any sense. That's how it makes sense to me. So, why is this useful? I think it's good to realize that your product's not going to be popular 24/7. Like, people are going to find newer things, especially in a company like Apple where they're releasing new products and better versions each and every year, which I don't know if they're ever going to run out of ideas, but like, you need to know that it's good to realize and understand that your product is not going to be the best product on the market because you or another company are going to come up with a better product, and it's your product or your old product is going to die down, and it's not going to be as important to people. Because as humans, we want nice things. And some people will say, oh, I don't care about nice things. I don't want nice things. I don't want name brand. Who are you lying to? Because I don't know if it could just be me. I have very expensive taste. Always have. I like name brand things. Doesn't mean I'm spoiled, or it doesn't mean I'm bratty. It just means that people like nice things, and most people, the average consumer, loves being able to save up money and buy something for themselves, and that, especially as a teenager, buying something for yourself and it being your money and you not having to pay back, or like your first car bought by your parents, something is yours. And a lot of consumers are going to be like that, and it's once something new comes out, you're gonna be like, oh, well, mine works. Especially like higher class people, they'd be like, oh, mine works, but I want the newer thing. And a lot of higher class people are like that. Like, I didn't even know I bought the 2024 MacBook Pro. I didn't know that I bought it. I thought it was an older one. I was confused on why it was so expensive, but I didn't know. I just thought I was buying a MacBook Pro. I didn't know that it was the newest one, But a lot of people look into that, and that's why the product life cycle is so important as a marketer, because you're going to want to know what your customers are thinking. And with this life cycle, you can see kind of how the products go in and out of the market, and it can like help you realize what you need to change. And if your growth wasn't as big as you wanted it to be, you can find a new product, make a new product, and it can be better than your old one, if that makes sense.